Hello. Well, as you can see, I am in the middle of the notorious Halloween celebrations in Shibuya. It's about getting towards 11:30, and it is still utterly berserk here. Although I think maybe it's not a little less scary than last year. There are lots of dinosaurs around, lots of Harlequins and Suicide Squads. Not as many Titans, a few Kikis. Anyway, it's very lively, and hello. The reason why I wanted to talk with you about Shibuya is that for a lot of foreigners, for a lot of people visiting Japan for the first time from overseas, Shibuya is one of the most famous, I think, images of Tokyo. I'm especially thinking of the area around Shibuya Station, around the big pedestrian crossing that is called the Scramble Junction. And I do still remember my first time when I was first in Tokyo 18 years ago.
18 years ago?
Yep, indeed. And just coming towards Shibuya on the train and looking down from the train and seeing this huge crossing, the Scramble Junction, and so many people, these huge kind of crowds crossing over it.
When the traffic signal changed,
indeed,
all the people go to the center of the road, the crossing.
Yep, and you just think they're all going to crash into each other. So it's going to be, there's going to be disaster and calamity, and somehow people actually walk across there unharmed. Although I notice that now it's getting more dangerous because you do have a lot of foreign people stopping in the middle of the crossing because they want to take selfies. Yes, and this is becoming really annoying. But
you think so?
Yes, I do think so.
But you yourself?
No, I have never done that. No, I would never do that.
I don't believe that.
Thank you. But the reason I think why
what is what makes you feel so symbolic Japanese, the typical, what makes it outstanding?
It's because when you first go there, and particularly, I mean, I'm talking someone who comes from Britain, from London. I mean, obviously, other people may have different experiences from other countries, but when I go there, it's the combination of the noises and the electronic noises and the screens. There are so many advertising screens, all playing advertising at once. It's what in English we would say sensory overloads. I mean, it's just there are so many images coming at you. They are overload, sensory overload. So in other words, there are so many images coming to you at once. It's like you're watching. It's effectively like you're watching 5 or 6 different TV screens, all playing at the same time.
Most of the cities in Europe has no advertisements in the street, or not different from the Asian countries.
Well, I mean, obviously in Piccadilly in London there are video screens, but not so many. It is in Tokyo. It's just so intense. You have so many screens to look at, and as well as that, you have the huge crossing, and so there are so many people around you. I mean, Tokyo is always crowded, but it feels like the most crowded area. And I have heard from other Tokyo friends that they really feel uncomfortable going there because at times of the day, like weekend afternoon, Saturday afternoon, there are so many people there at the same time.
I have the same idea. But okay, I agree. Okay.
But specifically,
sorry, but you like Shibuya.
Well, particularly for anime fans, because you have the screens around and you have the feeling of so many things happening. And you have the trains going past. You have the Yamanote line train going over the bridge just above the Scramble Junction, and you have trains passing all the time. So that's another part of the sensory overload. And with the lights and the kind of electronic feeling, it really kind of feels like you're in an anime, or like you're in a pinball machine. Like you're in a pinball machine. Again, I mean, there are other places in central Tokyo like that, but Shibuya feels the most intense. And for movie fans particularly, it's very easy to make the connection to Blade Runner, the first Blade Runner movie, where you had things like the huge video screens that showed geisha.
I know.
You know, that kind of image that became famous with movie fans, back in the early 1980s. And you come to Shibuya and you think, my God, I'm in the middle of Blade Runner.
Real Blade Runner.
Yeah. That's the kind of feeling that foreigners have.
Yeah. Now I understand.
And also the other thing is that Shibuya has one of the easiest meeting places if you are a foreigner, because believe me, Tokyo can be a difficult place to meet up. I mean, the stations are so. I mean, it's no good saying meet at the station. The stations are monsters.
Bad way to see people.
The stations are like cities in themselves. It can be murder trying to find a clear place to meet, because otherwise you can get lost for hours. And Shibuya, there is the obvious meeting place, which is the famous statue of the dog Hachiko. I think most people watching this may know Hachiko, but briefly, he has a dog. He is rather like Greyfriars Bobby in Edinburgh. Basically, he was a real dog, a very loyal dog who kept waiting for his master at the station for years and years and years. And if you want to know the story more, there was a live action movie about 10 years ago with Richard Gere. That takes the story to America, but it's the same story. It's basically
the name of the dog is Hachi.
Yes, yeah.
Richard Gere said Hachi.
Yes.
That was very funny.
But the original Hachiko, it is the statue is in Shibuya, and there are loads of people who go to the statue. It is the one place where you can actually meet a friend.
I personally remember when I came to Tokyo for the first time when I was 18 years old, and we met with my friend. Get together in Shibuya, and that we try to see at the statue of the dog, but we are not sure how many dogs there.
Okay. Yes.
Actually, there is only one statue, but at that time we didn't know how many dogs.
Right. So you were panicking.
So
you were thinking, is this the right Hachiko? Anyway, So for both those reasons, a lot of people Shibuya as part of their introduction to Tokyo, and Shibuya is, I think for foreigners at least, Shibuya feels special. I mean, I can still remember going there for the first time and seeing the advertisements and the screen and the crowds and just thinking, wow, I mean, what is this place? I mean,
but you see at the Piccadilly in London, you see also a lot of advertisements. For me, Piccadilly does not feel so impressive. I mean, perhaps someone who knows Times Square in New York maybe that would feel similar. But for me, Shibuya did feel sort of wow, this is Tokyo. I should say that these days Shibuya is not my favourite place anymore. I prefer an area like Ikebukuro, I think, which is not so insanely crowded. I mean,
mean, Ikebukuro Road feels a little more relaxed, although really anywhere feels more relaxed compared to Shibuya. But even so, there is... For me, there is a kind of special feeling about Shibuya because it does feel like being in the middle of some fantastic anime or some pinball machine. But that is the foreigners' reaction to Shibuya, and Carlos has been telling me that actually local Japanese people, we regard Shibuya rather. They regard Shibuya rather differently.
I think that in Shibuya area, the people coming to that place is relatively young people who goes to the Shibuya area.
Yes, yeah.
And the shops, shops and stores are for the young people.
Yes.
And in the middle 40, my age, we have no reason to go to the place, and there are a lot of people there. It is just annoying. And but the reason why I do not go is not only that, but when we go to for example to see the cinema, I avoid to go into that scramble. Avoid the route that a lot of people are walking.
Because it's just so annoying having to, or the crowds are just too annoying. I mean, you say now you find it annoying. Did you, when you were younger in Tokyo, did you like Shibuya at all, or you were not so enthusiastic about it?
Not as you said. I had that feeling of wow. I hadn't had such experience.
Right. Okay. Your sort of it's
think
more
about the man of the 17, 18 years old. Has no such enthusiasm.
Right. You need to be younger than that.
Even I came from the countryside. But I remember that I met a very beautiful girlfriend at the Shibuya station, and I think it was a Hachiko. Right. It was a really good experience.
I see.
So I choose Shibuya because I thought it was a good place to meet.
Yes, I mean there's
walk
that.
along with she was 2 years younger than me, and she's really beautiful. So I had a sweet memory.
Yeah, but okay, so that's a fair point. Just because Shibuya is a good meeting place, therefore quite a lot of Tokyo people have a good memory.
Yeah, for stranger.
Yeah.
So the Shibuya is a good place. Now there is a lot of foreigners in Shibuya.
Yes,
Shibuya
I mean
area,
I think that's been true for a few years. Yes, a lot of foreign people do come there. And you were telling me, I think, that you do have a very negative reaction to a certain kind of foreigner, and we're talking about the foreigners who, if you
you see that guys with the riding cart,
the
go-kart, yes.
And they are all dressed as characters from Super
How
Mario
do you say?
Brothers.
They're wearing the costume of Super Mario.
So there's Mario, there's Luigi, there's the
other characters.
Is it Yoshi?
Yoshi, maybe.
Yes.
What do you say? School of car.
Yeah, you have this. You have these four cars, one behind the other, and they're all sort of zooming around Shibuya. And I look at that.
They are all foreigners.
Yes, they are.
I've never seen the Japanese riding that car.
Okay, we've never seen. No, I mean, I look at them and I think that's quite fun. But
what do you do when you see the cart?
Yeah, we kind of smile and say, this is Shibuya. They have Mario driving around. I just think it's a good thing. But Carlos, you seem to have rather intensely negative reaction to these people.
Negative reaction. No, I just think I am sorry for them.
You're sorry for them?
Because we are not. Nobody welcomed them.
No.
Sometimes they are waving their hands, but nobody now at the very beginning of this service, they were still strange to see. So
so people
a lot of
would
people look at them, but recently nobody looking at them.
It's just part of the scenery.
Yeah. And sometimes people feeling annoying. Because the car is very small, and the traffic is in the middle of the heavy traffic. Sometimes it's dangerous. So.
Yes, that is true.
And sometimes people are very happy to ride in car and waving hands, smiling. So I'm really sorry for them. Nobody is looking at you. I think.
I see.
Anyway, so do you like? Have you tried it?
No, I've not
But
tried it.
It might be a good experience. The driving around.
I think so.
The middle of the city.
Yeah. It looks fun. And also, so when did the Mario Go-Kart start? Maybe about 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And also
Nintendo is nothing to do with that service.
Okay, right. So we should make the legal disclaimer now. And Nintendo has nothing to do with the service. Nothing to do with the service. Right.
Yeah.
We repeat, nothing to do with the service.
Anyway.
Hi, this is Andrew again. I'm in the middle of Shibuya in the notorious Halloween evening celebrations. It's about 11:15 at night, and as you can see, Shibuya has gone fairly berserk, as it always does. I've seen a lot of Harlequins, a lot of dinosaurs, not many Titans, a lot of witches. I mean, really, pictures speak louder than words, I think. So, I hope you enjoy the spectacle. It's now the sense of Halloween in Tokyo, in that it is really the thing that, I mean, nowadays, Halloween, October 31st, is when you get loads and loads of cosplayers, and you'll find them all over centre Tokyo, but Shibuya does seem to be the centre of the madness. It's where most people are.
But it is also the recent phenomena that, less than 10 years, I think. And they are different from the cosplayers of anime. They are just normal people. The one day transformation.
Indeed, yes. Yes.
And so the people are enjoying the such cosplays. How do you say, the kind of people who like parties.
Party people.
Party people. Otaku people like you and me.
Speak for yourself.
do not go to the middle of the city.
Well, I do sometimes for the spectacle, but I gather, I think that some local people in Tokyo actually find what happens in Halloween quite annoying these days. That's what I've heard. There's too much mess and the crowds are too big.
Yeah, but the younger generation has the experience of such visiting in the Halloween day. My colleagues' sisters went to Shibuya to perform Kiss with her friends.
So this is a gender swap kiss.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of zombies and which kind of cosplay did you notice interesting?
Well, I just
Attracting.
I just did notice the huge number of Marios, I think, zombies. I mean, there were particular types that came up.
If you go to Don Quixote, the shop,
yes,
you know, Don Quixote, you can buy that such costume for Halloween very easily. You can make a cosplay.
That's useful to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
useful note.
I believe so. And as finally in anime, of course, Shibuya is represented in things like the Hosoda film Boy and the Beast. Yes, which a lot of which is set at Shibuya or near there. I mean, it starts and finishes at Shibuya.
Shibuya,
yes.
Yeah. They go into the small path to the other world.
Yes, that's right. It's so it starts at the Scramble Junction, the big area, and then it goes into the smaller roads. And the film imagines that one of the smaller roads could be like the way into Narnia or something. It's the way into the other world.
Yes.
And also, I only learned today that Splatoon, the original game, the setting of Splatoon is partly modelled on Shibuya.
Modeled on Shibuya. Yes. In the Splatoon 2, the Times Square became a model of that.
Yes. But that also made me realise that I'm already nostalgic for things that have gone in Shibuya, because they used until maybe 2 years ago. Until 2 years ago, there used to be a very small but rather nice park. It was called
Miyashita Koen.
Yes, it was kind of right beside the railway track.
The east part of the Shibuya city.
Yeah, but
has replaced by the big building. There used to be a Toyoko line, the terminal station of the Toyoko line.
Yes, yes.
And it goes down the ground now, and the places are replaced by the building and rebuilt.
And so, as I say, there used to be this really nice park right by the railway line, and there was a skating park, and there was a kind of a sports park as well, right by the railway, and all of that is now totally gone. It's all disappears entirely.
Yeah.
So it reminds me that it reminds me that I've been coming to Tokyo long enough that I'm now feeling nostalgic for things that have already disappeared for good.
Occupied by zombie now.
Yes, now occupied by zombie and by Mario.
Mario.
Okay.
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 That's enough?
Indeed.
Okay. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Welcome to Shibuya. Bye bye.